Imagine walking into a room where everyone knows your deepest secrets without you ever sharing them. An unsettling thought, isn't it? This is the disquieting sensation one experiences when personal boundaries are breached. In an instant, you feel exposed, vulnerable, and disrespected. It's as if your personal space, your sanctuary, has been invaded. The importance of personal boundaries cannot be overstated. They define us, protect us, and ensure our mental well-being. Uncomfortable, right? That's what it feels like when someone disrespects your boundaries. We've all experienced it. That sinking feeling when someone crosses a line they shouldn't have. Imagine this. You're sitting with your friends at a cafe, chatting and laughing, when suddenly, one of them starts prying into a personal matter you'd rather not discuss. Or perhaps you're at work and a colleague takes credit for your idea without acknowledging your contribution. In both scenarios, someone has disregarded your boundaries, leaving you feeling uncomfortable, disrespected, and undervalued. Boundary violations can occur in various contexts: friendships, family, relationships, and even at the workplace. In friendships, it can be as simple as a friend sharing your secrets with others without your consent. Family members too can sometimes overstep their bounds, making decisions for you without considering your feelings or opinions. In romantic relationships, disrespecting boundaries can take on more serious forms like controlling behavior, emotional manipulation, or even physical abuse. At the workplace, it can manifest as colleagues taking advantage of your good nature, bosses expecting you to work beyond your capacity, or even harassment. But why is disrespecting boundaries such a big deal? It's because boundaries act as invisible lines that protect our personal space, our feelings, and our self-esteem. When these lines are crossed, it can lead to feelings of violation and disrespect. It can make us feel like we're not being seen or valued for who we are. The emotional and psychological impacts of this issue can be profound. It can lead to feelings of anger, resentment, and even guilt for not standing up for ourselves. Over time, these negative feelings can erode our self-esteem and confidence, leaving us feeling powerless and vulnerable. Moreover, it's not just the individual whose boundaries are violated who suffers. The relationship itself also takes a hit. Trust is eroded, respect is lost, and the bond between the individuals can be severely damaged. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone involved. Disrespecting boundaries not only harms the person whose boundaries are violated, but it also damages the relationship. Boundaries. They're not just lines on a map or walls around a property. They're essential for our mental and emotional well-being. Let's imagine life without boundaries for a moment. It's a world where anyone can walk into your home uninvited, rifle through your personal belongings, or demand your time and energy without any regard for your feelings or needs. Sounds pretty chaotic, doesn't it? Well, without personal boundaries, our emotional world can feel just as chaotic and invaded. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw around ourselves to maintain balance and protect our bodies, minds, emotions, and time from the behavior or demands of others. They're not about shutting people out. They're about creating a space where we can thrive and interact healthily with others. Setting boundaries is a crucial part of maintaining healthy relationships. It's about communicating your needs and limits clearly and assertively, not as a demand, but as a necessary aspect of mutual respect and understanding. When we establish boundaries, we're not being selfish or unkind. We're simply acknowledging our worth and the respect we deserve. Boundaries also play a vital role in nurturing our self-esteem. When we set boundaries, we're reinforcing our self-worth. We're saying, I matter, my feelings matter, my time matters. This can be incredibly empowering, especially for those who've been conditioned to put others' needs before their own. There are some common misconceptions around setting boundaries, such as the notion that it's a sign of being selfish or unkind. But in reality, it's the exact opposite. Setting boundaries is a sign of self-respect and respect for others. It's about understanding and communicating our limits, not to push people away, but to build healthy, balanced relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. So, the next time you hesitate to set a boundary, remember that it's not only okay to do so, it's essential. Boundaries aren't barriers to keep people out. They're guidelines for how we allow others to treat us. So, how do we tackle this issue of disrespecting boundaries? The answer lies in 4 simple yet profound concepts: communication, understanding, empathy, and respect. Let's break these down one by one. Firstly, communication. Clear communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, be it personal or professional. To respect boundaries, we need to know what they are. This requires open, honest dialogue about what is comfortable and what is not. It's about being brave enough to express your needs and patient enough to listen to others express theirs. Next, understanding. It's not enough just to know someone's boundaries. We need to understand why they exist. This requires some degree of emotional intelligence. Perhaps a boundary is in place due to past experiences, insecurities, or cultural beliefs. Whatever the reason, understanding the why behind the boundary helps us appreciate its importance. Then, empathy. This is the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. When we empathize with others, we can better appreciate their perspective and respect their boundaries. Empathy encourages us to treat others the way we would want to be treated. It urges us to consider the feelings of others before our own desires. Finally, respect. This is the ultimate key to respecting boundaries. Respect is about honoring the rights of others, acknowledging their autonomy, and treating them with dignity. It's about recognizing that every one of us, as individuals, has a unique set of boundaries that are as valid and important as our own. Now, what happens when someone disrespects your boundaries? It's important to remember that you have the right to protect your space. If someone crosses your boundary, communicate your discomfort clearly and assertively. Remember, it's not about confrontation, but about asserting your right to feel safe and respected. In the end, it all boils down to mindfulness. Be mindful of your actions and how they might affect others. Be mindful of the signals others are sending about their comfort zones. Be mindful that your rights end where another's begin. Respecting boundaries isn't always easy. It requires constant effort, conscious awareness, and a willingness to learn and grow. But the rewards are well worth it. In respecting boundaries, we foster deeper connections, mutual respect, and ultimately, a more harmonious coexistence. Remember, respecting boundaries isn't just about not crossing lines, it's about understanding and acknowledging the importance of those lines. We've navigated through the tricky terrain of respecting boundaries today. We've seen the problem, understood the need, and explored the solution. It's important to remember that boundaries aren't barriers, but bridges. They span the gap between individuals, connecting us in ways that respect our unique identities and values. We've also highlighted the importance of clear communication in establishing these boundaries. Remember, it's not just about setting your own boundaries, but also recognizing and respecting the boundaries of others. This mutual respect forms the foundation of healthy relationships and a respectful society. Let's make a commitment to ourselves and to each other to honor these boundaries. Let's strive to be more mindful, more understanding, and more respectful. Because in the end, it's our respect for one another's boundaries that truly unites us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Together, we can make the world a more respectful place, one boundary at a time.